In the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, there is 5 grades that classify strength: grade 4, grade 3, grade 2, and grade 1, but the sorcerers beyond that are labeled as special grade. But in this matchup, these 2 sorcerers are both the special grade rank, the lightning god Kashimo and the queen and her pawn Yuta Okkotsu. Who would win? Kashimo is the reincarnation of the thunder god, who was born over 400 years ago, being brought back for the Culling Games, getting a second chance at life. Kashimo fights against Panda in his gorilla form, which enhances his close combat and strength. Kashimo is able to withstand all the attacks sent from Panda, even considering Panda as a weakling. Kashimo, when he was put up against Hikari, was going toe-to-toe with him as well. Hikari using his domain, Idle Death Gamble, gaining infinite cursed energy and infinite reverse curse technique. Kashimo was still able to overwhelm the talented special grade sorcerer, being able to outwit the sorcerer, able to counter almost all of Hikari's attacks using his high battle IQ. Knowing that Hikari's domain gives him the ability to use reverse curse technique passively, he tries to kill Hikari by killing the connection between his body and his brain. But throughout the fight, Hikari is able to overpower Kashimo. After being spared, Kashimo wants to take on the King of Curses. After Gojo's fight with Sukuna, when Sukuna was telling Gojo he will remember him for as long as he lives, Kashimo confronts the King of Curses. Kashimo, going against Sukuna before he transformed into his Heian form, was holding his ground. Sukuna possessing the cursed tool Kamutoke, which gives Kashimo the advantage against Sukuna while using the tool. Kashimo lands a solid blow against Sukuna and hits repetitive blows against Sukuna as well. When Sukuna transforms into his Heian form, however, he instantly kills Kashimo in his mythical beast Amber form, which gives Kashimo a massive strength and speed amp, but crumbles his skin in order to alter Kashimo's potential. Kashimo also possessing the hollow wicker basket technique, which allows him to be protected from sure hit domains and attacks, and is able to use electromagnetic waves to get him up to FTL and attack speed. Now, the Thunder God is strong, but how would the God of Thunder compare against the Queen of Curses and her pawn? Yuta Okkotsu, a sorcerer who, when he was enrolled at Jujutsu High, after his first week he was instantly promoted to special grade. Yuta witnessed his childhood friend being killed, causing him to put a curse on her, creating the Queen of Curses, Rika. This curse being so strong that Gojo himself says that if she were to manifest, then Gojo and Yuta would both perish. Yuta, before gaining his resolve to become a sorcerer, was willing to isolate himself in order to protect people from Rika, but after he meets Maki, he finally finds his purpose, to defend the weak from the strong. When Yuta is able to control and summon Rika at will, he is able to manipulate her boundless cursed energy, this causing Geto to want Rika as a curse, but Yuta makes a binding vow with Rika in order to have access to her full power, and is able to obliterate Geto, who said that he would have a 99% chance of completing his goal if he had Rika in his arsenal. Yuta freeing the curse placed on Rika, but Rika still being with Yuta as a cursed spirit and being able to use the same pure love technique, which gives him all of Rika's boundless cursed energy for 5 minutes until she gets tired. After the night parade of 100 demons, Yuta gains his special grade status once more, and is stated to be only second to Satoru Gojo. We can assume the gap is large, but Yuta still respects and idolizes Gojo, so much so that when the higher-ups ask Yuta to handle the assassination of Yuji Itadori after the Shibuya incident, he accepts it and makes a binding vow with the elders and goes against Itadori. When he fights Itadori, he is not taking him seriously and is able to knock Choso out in just a few hits, even speed blitzing him. Not even Kenjaku has been shown to do this before. Itadori gets caught in the grasp of Rika, and Yuta kills him, but he negates this by bringing him back to life, thereby completing the binding vow. By outputting positive cursed energy, something that not even Satoru Gojo is capable of doing. All for one reason: Itadori is important to people who are important to Yuta. Yuta agreeing to help Megami's sister in the Culling Games, Yuta showing no mercy during it. He uses his strength to gain points, but to also protect people. Yuta deciding during the Culling Games to not only score 400 points by himself, but to also kill Kenjaku, the same person that when he was turned into a black hole by Yuki, being stated to have the ability to destroy the entire world. Yuta eventually ending up in a fight against Uro and Ryu, giving them the fight that they always desired, even sparing their lives while not going all out against the two, and Yuta tells them to be grateful to his comrades in the end. Yuta also doing all of this without Rika. During the fight between Kenjaku and Takaba, Takaba is purely toying with Kenjaku, as Takaba isn't trying to kill him, but to merely distract him, and Yuta does a sneak attack against Kenjaku and kills him. But when Yuta returns to the battlefield where Itadori is fighting against Sukuna, he shows up with Rika ready, apologizing to Itadori for being late, and goes against the King of Curses, hitting critical hits against Heian form Sukuna, and then he uses his domain, True Love, which this domain only shows the pinnacle of Yuta's strength, as there is knots tied around to symbolize a wedding fighting, and the more they are tugged at, the tighter they become, showing the bond between Yuta and Rika. But Yuta is able to use all of his copy techniques that he has picked up over time and use them with absolutely no restrictions, and use them as sure hit attacks. Even when Sukuna used Hollow Wicker Basket, Yuta uses Thin Icebreaker, a move he copied from Takako Uro, to break through it and damage Sukuna, and Yuta even saying that Sukuna isn't at his fullest of strength because of his fight with Gojo, and then Yuta unfortunately taking a fatal attack from Sukuna, the same move that killed Gojo, and his status is currently unknown. But who would win between the two? Yuta Okkotsu would win, as Yuta is able to cause more damage to the form of Sukuna that Kashimo got defeated by instantly, and shows more collective feats, as such with him being able to use copy techniques from multiple sorcerers, as shown with the katanas on the ground with no restriction of doing so. So who do you think would win between these two? The God of Lightning or the Queen and her pawn? Let me know in the comments. And I just want to take a moment to thank you all for 600 subscribers. I love you all who are supporting me on my journey, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, then please consider liking and subscribing for more anime content like this. And like always, I'll see you all in the next one.